This is how you blow up all of your shorts. The most important metric for short form content is AVD, or average view duration. The longer you keep someone watching your video, the more YouTube shows it to people, because they want more people binging the platform. So here's a quick AVD hack.
The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello world, and welcome back to Not Your Average Boss. On today's episode, I have a very special guest. He is a social media marketer, youth entrepreneur, youth influencer, a student with a lot of insight on how to help you go viral in your business when it comes to social media. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Anhad, Mahal.
How's it going?
How's it going, buddy? Going good, going good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, man. So yeah, we just want to jump in here and get right into it, man. Definitely appreciate you being on the show and appreciate your time and your information and expertise when it comes to social media marketing.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you bringing me on. It means a lot.
Awesome.
And I'm excited to get started.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. So just tell the people about yourself, tell them about how you got started as an entrepreneur, how you got started in social media marketing and in your business altogether.
All right. So a couple years ago, I decided to start my first YouTube channel. And back then it was really, really bad. And it was just basic gaming videos. But the more I stayed at it, that was like 6 years ago. So over the course of 6 years, I've learned a lot about YouTube. And I've gone viral many, many times. And I've learned what it takes to go viral as well. So I'm excited to teach you guys how to go viral online, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So I mean, you started, 6 years ago. So you said you wanted to go viral. What was like the main situation, as far as like the main motivation behind, the social media endeavor? So was it just going viral, or was it, you wanted to figure out how things worked?
Yeah. So back then, I was really, really, really young. So. Right now I'm 14, so imagine how young I was back then, right?
Right.
Like 8 years old, 6 years old, something like that. But
right.
I would watch a bunch of these YouTubers, and I would think to myself, oh my God, they're making so much money. And I thought it would be cool to make money playing my favorite video game as well, just on the side. So I guess I just wanted to find a way to earn money at a pretty young age.
Nice. Already having that entrepreneurial mindset, that business mindset is awesome. And as you heard, he was a student. I wasn't going to give away the age, but yeah, he's a student, man. He's young. And, young entrepreneur is always inspirational. It's always great to meet young entrepreneurs and people who are business minded. It's good to meet and hear their ambition and things like that and their goals and when it comes to what they're trying to do with their business. So he's still a student, full-time student now, 9th to 10th grade, or 10th grade. So it's awesome to hear that. When it comes to social media marketing, we know that, marketing deals with, how can you scale your business when it comes to your hot and cold market? How can you use different tools, email and things like that, social media? And there's so many outlets when it comes to, social media platforms. You have LinkedIn, Facebook, you have Instagram, TikTok, you have Pinterest. There's so many different social media outlets, and picking the right one that's best for you, or the right ones that's best for you, is key and pivotal when it comes to being successful in your marketing plan. So can we talk a little bit about that, Anhad? Let's talk a little bit about, picking the correct platform and how can you go about choosing which one is right for you?
Yeah. So actually, something that's very, very important is to be posting on all different types of platforms. So say you're a short form content creator, right? So then you should be posting your short form content on things like YouTube, of course, TikTok. There's Facebook Shorts, actually. There's Snapchat as well, and on Instagram, right? So the more places you post, the more eyes you get on your content, and the more sales you can drive to your business. So that's actually a very, very important thing. Not to just pick one, but to go for everything.
That's good, man. That's good, because I mean, I know it could be, especially with older businesses and things like that. It's, email marketing, word of mouth and things like that is kind of what we were used to, maybe ads and things like that in the newspaper and things like that, as far as the older companies, maybe blue chip companies and things like that who've been around a long time, and now are trying to figure out how to make some headway online and social media. So, you know, you said a whole bunch of them, man. And, you know, TikTok was one of the ones I was kind of like, I don't really want to mess with because I didn't want to fool with the dancers and, you know, all that jazz. I didn't want
Yeah.
you know, so it was just kind of, you know, it was like, man, it's new. And my mindset was like that because it's like, okay, it's new and all you hear about it is like the negative and things like that. But if you really do your research, 'cause that's one of the platforms we're on that we have some success when it comes to traction and when it comes to networking. And that's a big part of it as well. Can we talk about that as far as networking and your experiences with networking and how important that is to your business and social media marketing?
Yeah, networking is very, very important actually. So one of the biggest ways that I learned actually content and how to create good content and go viral was through networking. I would back when I was posting gaming content, I would watch other people in this space and I would try to just create content like them, right? But it would never turn out as good. So the more I practiced, the better I got, right? And once I got to a certain point where I was getting like 10,000 views per video, so it was pretty decent, right? I started getting invited to these influencer group chats and things like that, where I could talk and see what the other big creators were doing. And that's when I actually got to talk with the creators I was taking inspiration off of. And that's how I learned how to create content like them and even better. So I feel like networking, being around the right set of people actually pushes you and makes you a better person, right? Your network is your net worth. If you've ever heard that before, it's very, very important, and social media plays a big role in it, right? If there's a bunch of people in Russia or like Asia, right, who you want to connect with, you can just send them a message on LinkedIn or Twitter, and it's so easy to just like have a good conversation with them in a couple of seconds.
Nice. Man, that's a bar right there, man. Your network is your net worth. And that's awesome, man. That is awesome because, I mean, it really does. It is a true statement. It's a true sentiment because, you know, it's about reaching out to people who have more insight than you, but also learning from those people, especially, you know, who take the time to show you, you know, because sometimes you don't have that mentor, you don't have that, you know, leader in your life that's helping you along this journey of entrepreneurship, and you're kind of stumbling through the information and trying to educate yourself. And, you know, we've been there and it's tough, but, you know, finding these Facebook groups and people on Twitter, that's another social media outlet as well to look at. But, you know, finding these groups that people are, you know, trying to learn from each other, and you know, they're not really they're not criticized. Of course, you have some people that, you know, like the joke and stuff like that, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's still a fun space, and it's still a situation where you can learn from people who's done it. Like, there's a wealth of information on YouTube. There's a wealth of knowledge on Google when it comes to how to set yourself up when it comes to social media marketing and just getting started at it. So when you look at when you first started and when you first discovered your proven method, Anhad, what would you say, you know, was a general, as far as an ideology or a general situation when it comes to you finding out a proven method? Like, what was the main point, or what was the steps you took to find that?
Yeah, so the biggest thing in just finding a proven method to go viral is just to keep posting as much as you can, right? The more you post, the better you get at it. And it's just like playing basketball, right? The more you play basketball, the better you get at it. If you're trying to make it in the NBA, then you have to play basketball pretty much all the free time you have.
Right.
So if you're trying to go viral, make some money off of YouTube, make some money online, you gotta be learning and sharpening your skills every single day. You gotta be like posting at least one video a day and improving with each post. You can't just I see a lot of creators who just stay stagnant with their improvement, right? So with each video, maybe like tweak a little bit, see where the audience lost interest in your analytics, or how you could keep them more engaged, right? You need or you could improve your editing and thumbnails each step of the way you go, but improve something. And once you find that proven method, once you find something that works, double down on that, and then you just keep experimenting at the same time. So then you're going viral, and then you have test videos as well, and you can keep seeing what's working for me and what's not.
Awesome, that's awesome. And yeah, I mean, when you say one video a day, That's good, because I mean, you know, it's about starting, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times we have a, you know, that fear of starting something new because we don't really know about it. We don't really, you know, have too many, you know, far as assistance when it comes to it. So we're really trying to figure out the best approach to be successful at it, you know. And that's the thing, you just have to start, you know, start with that one video. Like you said, it'll get better. Like the edits, you'll learn from it, but you have to get started. And, you know, when you look back, that first video, 9 times out of 10, your 100th video is going to be way better than that, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so it's like, you know, you just have to start. And would you say once a day is a good time to post when it comes to just social media overall, or can you like kind of break that down between like the different platforms, like a couple of them? Like, when's the best time to post, and how often should you post on social media?
So social media posting all depends on the quality of your content, right? You're producing videos that take months to prepare. Like if you have to go out and do a bunch of like traveling and stuff, right? Then your post timeline changes. But if you're just a business trying to sell a product online or trying to sell a course, right? I'd say one post a day is good, but really it all depends on you, how much free time you have, whatever works for you, right? But the most important thing is quality over quantity. You don't want to sacrifice quality just to get a post out for the day, right? If you're like staying up till midnight trying to get a post out, don't do that. Instead, get in your sleep and wake up the next day and actually put your time in the post. Actually, like improve it and just keep working on it, right? Don't sacrifice the quality.
Man, don't sacrifice the quality. That's good. That's important, because, you know, sometimes you want to do that. You know, we deal with that sometimes, like, okay, I just want to get this out so the world can see it. However, if it's not, you know what I'm saying, like,
If
right,
it's not good, the world's not going to see it.
right, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be like, yeah, I see it, but it's not really good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that could be like, okay, it's not going to be quality. I don't have a quality 4K camera and this and this and that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about more so just when you look at other people's edits and things like that, and how they do, as far as their promotion and how they engage their audience when it comes to their presence on the camera. And that takes some work. You know, talking in front of a camera is challenging. So it does take some work, and it takes some time and practice. I mean, it's still things, you know, we need to work on when it comes to that. So it's you know, it's important to, you know, work on your craft. However, you know, you just have to, you know, start. We're still going back to that, but it is important to have that quality, and how you have that quality and work on that quality is starting and learning and rinsing and repeating the process. So I know we talked about Mr. Beast not too long ago, and you know how he started from, you know, counting to, you know, 100,000 to making Squid Game videos because he saw it. And if you look at some of his interviews, he's like, man, like I had a team of a couple of people, my buddies, and we just hyper analyzed YouTube and analytics and thumbnails and what works and what doesn't work, and just went, you know, in on the topic matter of YouTube. And sometimes you have to kind of do that. And we know that it's good to start learning, you know, each platform, but ultimately you want to start working on platforms you feel comfortable with, and then, you know, once you kind of get that down, you want to cross promote from that point, you know, and some things may work on Facebook that doesn't work on Twitter. Some things may work on Twitter that it doesn't work on Facebook, or Instagram. So you have to also cater your posts to the platform that you're currently using. So let's talk a little bit about that and the package on how, when it comes to presentation and making sure your package looks good when it comes to like thumbnails and things like that.
Well, to cater your posts for each platform, right? Coming back to that, if you think about it like this, right? What each of the platforms themselves, they're all businesses, right? And how do they make money? They make money off of ads. So YouTube, for example, right? They make money when you view somebody's video online and you see an ad on it. They take a portion of the creator's money on the ad. So the more ads you view, the more YouTube earns, right? So then if you think about it, YouTube just wants you to basically stay on their platform for as long as possible, and then they'll make as much money as they can, right? That way, like it's correlated. So that's why you need to look at it from the business's perspective. So YouTube wants to keep people on their platform for as long as possible. Well, how can you do that? You create videos that are addicting. You keep people watching the videos, and you basically get make them addicted to your videos is what I'm trying to say. And same thing goes for TikTok, right? TikTok, you're known for getting addicted to it. And there's a reason for that. The algorithm keeps you on it, keeps you scrolling all the time. And that's because all the videos it shows them for a reason. It shows them because it knows that you're not going to swipe away. You're not going to close the app. It knows that you're going to stay on the app. And when you scroll past the ad, TikTok's going to earn money. And same with Twitter. All the posts that you see on the timeline, they're meant to like keep you on as long as possible. Social media wants you on it. So then from a creator's perspective, what you can do is you can say, okay, you want to keep people on the platform. So why don't you create content that keeps people watching the entire time, right? So for YouTube, create good YouTube videos that don't get people to click off. And then YouTube will then promote your content more, and then you will get more views and you'll earn more money. It's really that's all it goes down to.
Nice. Yeah, you said some good stuff there. And, we know social media marketing is like they put so much into it. And like when you think about marketing, like the Super Bowl, they pay so much money for those spots because they know if you watch a cool video, it hits all five senses when it comes to the marketing. It hits that, well, it's not the touch yet. That's the last thing because they want you to go out and, and get the product and buy the product. But it hits your senses, the sound, the taste is going to be the taste, and the feeling and smelling is it's going to be when you purchase the product. But ultimately, they engage you enough to have you thinking about it. Like I wasn't thinking about Doritos or hot Cheetos until I watched this promo, in a way that was cool, and it got my attention. You're like, you know what? I want a burger right now because of how they package the situation. So it goes back to the product. And, we're not saying we want you to be addicted to social media. We're saying that we want your product, which, it could be a course. It could be, a tangible product, an electronic. It could be, just information, a consultation. It could be, whatever your skill is or whatever your business that you're trying to pursue is. And how you're trying to scale it with social media marketing. We're trying to say that we want your product to be as engaging as possible, and that's what it is. That can be, get you involved in it, and that can also help your customers and potential leads and lead to conversion by how you engage them. And it's all about, like you said, the average view duration and how long they're watching your stuff. Because if your thumbnail says a lot, so you want to kind of start with the thumbnail. Can you kind of talk about the better? And I know we spend a lot of time with YouTube because, YouTube is it could be pretty profitable when it comes to monetization and things like that. So of course you want to get to that point. We know that it could be a hassle, especially starting out as a smaller, content creator, hitting that 1,000 sub, 4,000 watch hour goal when it comes to being monetized and things like that. So that is challenging, but start with the basics, because we kind of talk about the basics of YouTube and how to be successful when it comes to the package of the video.
So it all comes down to this, right? When you're on Netflix and you're scrolling through all the movies and stuff, what do you see? You see different thumbnails and different movie posters of each of the movies available or TV shows, right? And you always click on the ones which have familiar actors or which have interesting ideas. So the same thing applies to YouTube. People click on the thumbnails which have familiar faces, like MrBeast, or just big creators like FaZe Rug, all of those guys, right? Or if you have a very, very interesting idea. That's all it comes down to. So you need to either involve an important creator, like a big creator. Like if you can get MrBeast in your video, have him on the thumbnail, have him in the title, then your video will go viral. Or create a good idea. Don't create an idea that's like, oh, how far can I throw this rock? Or something stupid like that. Actually have a good idea, a well thought out idea. Like MrBeast's idea. I said the word Logan Paul 100,000 times. It's an intriguing idea because nobody's ever done it before. There's a reason that video went viral. It's not because it had a good thumbnail. It's because the idea was so great. And then there's another creator. I don't know if you're aware of him, but his name's Eric. So he's known for featuring other creators in his content, and that's how he blew up. He went from 0 to 1 million in under a year, and he did this by featuring Logan Paul in all of his videos for a while. And he would be like, "Oh, I stole Logan Paul's couches. Oh, I snuck into Logan Paul's fights and stuff like that." So packaging and titles and thumbnails all comes down to having a familiar face in your thumbnail and title, or having an intriguing idea. And that's it.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Intriguing idea, or you have someone that can assist you with that. And even if you don't have that yet, you still can use, the likeness of that person. I mean, we're not talking about, doing clickbait, but we're talking about if you're talking about that person, then it's good to get a clip of whatever you're talking about in that thumbnail. And, and you were saying, I know we talked and you were saying about making sure the colors pop, making sure, like you said, I believe it was somebody was climbing a mountain and the mountain was blue and the words were red. And there's particular color schemes that do work when it comes to marketing as well, and engaging your viewers. So that's important as well.
Can I show that thumbnail?
You got that?
And I can, I have it. I have the thumbnail. I can quickly give a quick breakdown if you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let me pull it up. All right. And also, like, when it comes down to packaging this podcast, for example, instead of like calling it just Not Your Average Boss, you could like feature some climax part of this podcast where both of us are talking about something interesting. Or you can just be like, oh, this youth entrepreneur completely breaks down the YouTube algorithm. Something like that, right? It's way more interesting than just calling it Not Your Average Boss Podcast episode 137 or whatever,
nice.
Right?
Let's go. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man.
All right, here.
Okay, this is for our YouTube audience, the ones who's listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. You could check this out on YouTube to actually see the footage there.
All right, I couldn't find the exact thumbnail, but I found another one that'll work.
Yeah, he's taking us to class today, so let's.
All right, do you see this?
Let's get ready. Let me see if I can add that. Yeah, I can see. Can I add this here? Give me 1 second.
All right.
There it goes. Yep.
All right. So as you can see, we have this thumbnail works really, really well because we have a familiar face right in the middle, right? It's MrBeast, and he has his branding right there, right? Mm-hmm. But what he does really, really, like, what's so smart about this is, if you look at the background, what do you notice right now? I just want your eyes on it.
Yeah. So, the background is, I think he's laying in. I can't see, but it's colorful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's colorful. And, it catches your eye, but ultimately, he catches your eye first, but then the background catches your eye.
Yeah, so there's a reason for that, right? Mm-hmm. If you compare this thumbnail on the homepage compared to the other less bright colored or just popping colored ones, then this one pops more. So it grabs your attention, so you're more likely to click on it, right?
Nice.
And you can see all of these shorts and jackets and everything, they're all photoshopped. These colors that he chose for the background, it's for a reason. He wants these colors to be very, very saturated, very, very vibrant, so they pop out more on the homepage, so that you have a higher chance of clicking on it. And that's all it really comes down to, just using brighter colors that contrast with each other, right? So red is known for contrasting with blue, so it'll pop more. I know this thumbnail is not the exact one that I talked about earlier to you, but this still works really, really well because all of the saturation and high amount of colors in it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's on point. And you taking this to school, man. Like I said, he knows his stuff, and we practice. He put this stuff in practice and he saw it work. You see what I'm saying? So it's about trying different things. You know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't work, then hey, you tried it. Don't look at it like, oh man, it's failed, project has failed. It's just you tried it, and okay, it didn't get as much engagement. Then we could talk about YouTube analytics, how in depth it goes when it comes to it. There's other platforms that have analytics, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if Twitter really has that many analytics, but YouTube has a wealth of information, which is great because it can help you break down the video. Look, they clicked off here, my engagement stopped. I stopped engaging my audience really right here because it started going down as far as the viewership. So it really does give you a deep dive into your video and kind of help you process it a little bit better, help you, fully analyze it and understand, okay, let's try this next time. Let's try that. That worked. So let's continue to try this. This didn't work. So we'll figure something out when it comes to that. Yeah. So it's important to know your analytics, and it's important to look at the whole package, like you said, hey, this is going to be an on point podcast because he's going to be have his hand in it, and the title is going to be something that's going to pop. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be on point because we're looking to get better, and that's what you want.
Exactly.
You want it to be, as you progress, you want to get better, and that's what it's all about. But it goes back to starting. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to start when it comes to our young entrepreneurs and the ones that are starting a small business. When it comes to your content and social media marketing. So we're going to talk about a couple things when it comes to social media marketing and things that you can find online if you look into when it comes to it. Because like I said, the cold market is people you don't know. The warm market is people you do know, and you typically want to get that scale somehow when it comes to word of mouth in the package. Email marketing still works. If you have an email list, that's still good. That's kind of like the baseline, but we're talking about social media and talking about scaling that. So it's good to have goals. It's good to have metrics like we were talking about, and SMART goals. And there's an acronym for SMART when it comes to the social media marketing, and that's being specific, having measurable goals, attainable goals, relevant and real goals, and time-bound goals. So if you kind of set it up and structure your game plan and action plan around that concept, around that that structure when it comes to your goals, it can kind of help you put things in perspective because you can say, yeah, I just wanted to do good. That's not really an actionable goal, right? Of course you wanted to do good. Of course you want to go viral. And we're going to talk about chasing viral here in a moment, and how, you really shouldn't chase viral because that could be a fluke situation. And it's kind of hard to, perpetuate that unless you really crack the code and figured it out like MrBeast and other content creators who have millions and millions of views. So let's talk about that, chasing viral. What do you think about chasing viral? Because of course, as a content creator, you want to go viral. You want that because it gives you more exposure. For those who have products, those who have coaching and things like that, and you're the product. You want it to go as far as possible to see to reach as many people as possible because it gets more eyes on your product. So let's talk a little bit about that, chasing viral.
So wait, what do you mean by chasing viral? Just
making videos that you want every video you have going viral in mind. Meaning that's your I just want to do that. Like I'm caught up in going viral, so that everything is just going to be based off what like other people are doing and things like that. So you just want a viral moment at every video, and you're not really deep diving and taking the time to dissect and analyze and make an engaging video other than just it's going viral.
Yeah. So there's a vast majority of people out there on the internet, content creators, who are just posting random, really, like, to say the least, terrible content, right? They aren't improving with it. They're just posting videos of them, like, copying MrBeast or doing something that, like, I don't know, something stupid. Like, they're not improving their content, and it all comes down to improving content once again. Like, if you aren't improving your content, you are doing something extremely wrong. Because you're not going to get better, you're not going to get more views, you're not going to get more sales. It's really, that's all it comes down to. But I see what you're trying to say with chasing viral, like stealing ideas and stuff like that. So that's a whole thing that's been happening on YouTube. And there's a couple big creators who, like, steal content. They copy shorts word for word and stuff like that, right? But the biggest thing is what I like to do personally, and a lot of creators do this. So they see an idea, maybe like some smaller creator made it, someone with 100 subscribers or something, and you think to your head, okay, how can I make this better? And you find a way to either remix the idea in your own unique way, or if it's like a small creator who hasn't really brought attention to it, then you can just kind of do the idea but better. And as long as you add your own personal and personality and unique touch to it, then it's fine. Like, I guess it's not really stealing ideas. I like to call it remixing ideas.
There you go.
And the other thing is original ideas. Those are the best, right? But these aren't always proven to work because these are more experimental. You haven't seen these on the platform. So I prefer remixing ideas personally.
That's good. And I mean, that's a good segue to, talking about that, because you can remix things on YouTube. You can remix things on Instagram and Facebook when it comes to people's situations. You can somebody who you look up to, or somebody who you listen to podcast wise, or somebody, you read their book, or somebody who is influential to you, you can use their information. Like I'm sure I tried that. I'll do that. If I see somebody who I like and they have a snippet of something that hits to me and hits home and speaks to me, yeah, I'm gonna remix that and just kind of just watch it and listen and put my little own, my own little 2 cents in the caption when it comes to it. And that's good. It's good to remix, because I mean, those are people who, they have an established fan base, they have an established market, and also, they're people who influence you, So I wouldn't just say remix anybody. If they actually speak to you, that's when you look at doing that, because that's another, situation you can do as a small content creator, remixing and things like that. That's what it's there for. And it's cool to see people remix your stuff. I've seen that on some of our YouTube channels, and it's like, yo, that's cool. They use the audio for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a cool thing. It's like, you appreciate that type of stuff. I'm not saying just steal their stuff and saying video verbatim or don't change anything in the video, but you get ideas from people. There's a wealth of information out there that kind of helps with this, and there's a lot of people who kind of do like reactions and things like that. There's a lot of different videos. Just because they're doing reactions doesn't mean that they're doing exactly what the next person did or the last person did. They're doing their own reaction to it, and people like you, and that goes to the package, right? If you're promoting yourself, then you really want to look at how can I engage my audience, not just like getting likes and things like that, because the shorts is infamous for that. Like you post a short and it can have like a couple views in like the first 24 hours, and all of a sudden go crazy and has thousands of views. It's like, I don't know how or why, but it's pretty cool that when that happens. But that goes back to chasing viral. I want that every time, and when you don't get it, you get discouraged. So we're not talking about chasing viral and things like that. Yes, you want to experiment. Yes, you want to see what worked on this. Why did this one get 2,000 views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, but this one got only 20? So you have to look at those type of things. But on wordstream.com, they talked a little bit about this when it comes to the 70-20-10 rule of marketing. And it talks about being 70% informational, 20% emotional, and 10% promotional when it comes to your posts on social media. So looking at that, it's a good breakdown of, okay, I really need to start giving away this free game. It doesn't mean that you're not going to sell your product and things like that, or you're not going to get that consultation with someone or schedule that call and eventually show them your product. But initially you want to make a good connection with them. You want to make when you do meet that person, you want to make sure you're showing them who you are, giving them information. And then of course, you want to connect with them, that emotional, because I mean, really the last bit of it is that promotional sense. Who really likes the spam stuff, right? You hit with spam all the time, and hey, buy my product. That's it. Like, yo, no, start engaging more. Start talking to people more on their post. Don't just wait for them to talk to you on your post. Go to their post and start engaging them that way. Even if you just hit them with an emoji, 100%, or like a little, flame emoji or something like that. You're engaging with other people. Goes back to networking. So I think that's really, when I read that was really profound, because I'm like, that really kind of sums it up, the focal and the kind of like the mission when it comes to your behind your posts and successful posts. So what do you think about that? Like when you post on social media, like, how important is it to kind of, make that connection with your audience, and also kind of just, give them as much as you can, because you want to ultimately set up that connection, and we're going to make sure y'all have his information so you can learn more about his business and DM him and everything like that after this show. But kind of talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so that 70-20-10 rule, I mean, to be honest, it all comes down to this. I don't see it as 70-20-10. I see it as 90 and 10, and in two different ways. So 90 and 10, 90 could be emotional and 10% promotional, or 90 and 10, 90 is educational and 10% promotional. So nice. There's two ways of going about it, right? You can have a smaller channel if you're like a business, and you basically give out free value to people. Like if you're a consultant of some sort or a lawyer, then you basically, like, you can give out free law advice on your YouTube channel, and then at the end be like, oh, if you want me to help you out in court or anything, shoot me a DM, or that's where you can be promotional.
Nice.
So first you give the value, and then you that's how you prove to them that you know what you're doing, and then you promote yourself. But then the other way that I like to use personally is 90% emotional and 10% promotional. So this way focuses more on building a real connection with the audience. These channels are naturally larger because you reach a bigger audience, and this one all comes down to creating good content that you would watch yourself, right? So if you this one works better if you were just this one works better if you're a creator, I guess, but you can do this with businesses as well. This one is where you create content that you build a genuine connection with your audience. You want to be able to you want your audience to be able to trust you, but you don't also just want to be giving out like information. You want to be you want to give entertainment instead of education. You want to be entertaining in the video. And then at the end you can have like a little plug, like you know how MrBeast has Shopify sponsors, Airrack has sponsors with Honey, and there's sponsors in every video nowadays. But you also you have to have a little bit of promotional a promotional segment in your content.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and that's, I like that. 90-10. That's even better. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, going back to making a good first impression with your audience, it's about, you know, it's not, hey, I'm busting them, you know, beat them in the head with, I could do this, buy my program. That turns the people off, man. Like, that turns me, I don't like that, you know. But it goes back to the Super Bowl and how they do touch the senses, because you see it. You know, there's people who's touching the product in the video, they're eating the chips or they're eating the food or whatever, they make it look good, even though a lot of times those burgers don't look nowhere near as good in real life as they do on TV. But you know, you want to make sure you are, you know, really showing them, hey, you want to help. And that's what it's about. Business is about helping. Business is about, you know, solving a problem. Of course, you want to make money eventually, you know, that's why, you know, he's giving away a lot of free game. But to actually have him analyze your business and come up with a marketing plan for you, you're going to have to reach out to him, and he's going to have to talk to you about it further. I'm sure he's going to be glad to help, willing to help and everything like that. But, you know, there's certain situations, especially when it comes to expertise, that comes with a price. And we know that. But, you know, ultimately you want to make those connections. That way, hey, at the end of the day, if you don't like the product, that's fine. You know, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to have the best situation when it comes to what you're trying to accomplish in your life, right? So, and what you're trying to, you know, get established, whatever product it is you're trying to buy to help you in your daily, you know, life and make your life better, easier, things like that. Ultimately, that's what it's about. And a lot of businesses, you know, they started that way. Sometimes they kind of lose their way when they make a big profit and they're either one of those businesses that's really doing well. But, you know, getting back to helping and, you know, knowing who your market is. Let's talk about that real quick. Like the niche, right? Like knowing who your market is, like your target audience. How important is that?
Your target audience is very, very important, right? You can't be, there's two reasons for that. You can't be posting videos that relate to like 9-year-olds when your target audience is 30-year-olds. You have to hit your 30-year-old target audience to make the sales happen. And also, if you don't have a target audience, then you're gonna start hitting the wrong type of people, right? If you're in your videos, if you don't talk about the topics or interests that the 30-year-olds have, then they might show your videos to the 60-year-olds, and that's still the wrong audience once again. So it comes down to, your niche is very, very important, because you're not going to make any sales if you're targeting the wrong niche. And another thing that you said about basically business is all about helping, I 100% agree with that. Business is definitely all about helping others. Something I like to say for that is, the more money you make others, the more money you make yourself.
Come on. Let's go. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, give it to him one more time, man. One more time.
The more money you make others, the more money you make yourself.
Let's go.
That's how you become wealthy.
That is awesome. Yeah. Man, that's how you become wealthy, man. It's about, you know, you see that? It's about helping, man. And that's the thing, you know, because, I mean, really, and it could be like you looked at as a reverse engineering, an MLM, multi-level marketing, you know, situation. And that's another thing. We can say that for another day. There's a lot of people who's involved in that type of stuff, and it works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. I tried things like that, but you know, you try to get somebody, reach somebody, and, you know, teach them and show them the product you're selling or the program that you're selling, and then you want them to show other people and go like that, and they'll be under you, and that person have. So, but if you look at, you know, okay, instead of going that route and you're using, you know, how to scale and use social media to market your product, you're kind of doing that, but it's not scammy or schemy or things like that. You're just actually, this person is beneficial. They gave away a lot of free knowledge, and it really helped my life. So let me tell my friends about it. Let me tell my family about it. Yo, check this person out, because they're helping, and they have a heart to help. So of course I'm gonna see what else they got going on. Oh, they do got this program. Let me check this program out, because they help me. You see what I'm saying? So it's about, figuring out how you can give away information to help people, because it's going to ultimately lead to those consultants and those contacts and those conversions and things like that, lead conversions and those leads and things like that actually convert to potentially a sell or potentially a client, because they trust you. And it's about building that trust. You know what I'm saying? And I believe they say in marketing, when it comes to somebody buying your product, it at least takes 7 times for them to see it, right? It takes multiple times for someone to see your product to buy it. They're not going to just off rip, because you said it's good, they're going to buy it. No, they're going to investigate it. They're going to look at reviews if there's any. They're going to look at different things, talk to other people about it, and they're going to see if that, if that's something that they really want to do at the end of the day. So you said a lot of great stuff today, man, and a lot of great information. And we talked a little bit about ads. Do you think ads work when it comes to marketing? I tried some. I've seen a little bit of engagement, but I really haven't seen conversion with ads. But kind of talk about like Facebook ads and things like that, and Instagram ads, and kind of, do you think those are good investments?
Yeah, so I'm not an expert in this field, but from the extent of my knowledge, what I know is if you're working with a professional in this field, that's what I recommend. Working with some sort of business or agency that knows their way in and out with these ads and Facebook ads and everything, right? No. There's a lot of agencies out there who don't know what they're doing. It's just a bunch of other like 16-year-olds trying to like run a side hustle, right? So you don't want to be working with those guys. You want to be working with the big guys who know what they're doing. So that's what I recommend if you're trying to run ads on Facebook or Instagram. Another new and upcoming thing is TikTok ads, actually. Creating ads for TikTok and short form ads in general. So there's businesses and agencies that help you out with that as well. And a lot of them guarantee ROI as well. So you don't pay them if they don't make you money, which is really, really helpful. But yeah, those are some things that if you work with a professional, then you're definitely guaranteed to get some results. Nice. Yeah.
That's good, man. And that, man, goes back to, connecting, making those connections and networking with a professional and things like that, or somebody who has knowledge of the information. And that's something I need to look into myself when it comes to it, because there's a lot of different things you need to do, because you can get down to like, it breaks down really deep when it comes to demographic and things like that, and age, and like it's really, a lot going on with the ads. So getting help there, it would be useful. Nice, man. So what would you tell someone who is looking to become a social media marketer, looking to get some traction on YouTube or social media when it comes to not just going viral, but actually, making engaging content? What would your advice be to that person, like, to get started on their journey?
So somebody who's trying to basically start their own marketing business and something like that.
Yeah, that, and just kind of what you do with your business, like, what I'm saying, like, how would you, educate them on it? Like, what would you tell them the steps would be to start and kind of, be successful and see success with that road as far as marketing?
Yeah. So, I guess the first step once again, is take action. You don't want to stay stagnant, but a big one is learning as much as you can. So, a lot of the things that I've done, I've read a lot of books related to business, and at first I thought taking courses was a good thing. But now I actually realize that taking courses is very, very bad. You don't want to be taking courses because that knowledge is very, very public and it's available to other people. And a lot of these courses that you see online, a lot of them are outdated, actually. So people
you cutting, ain't you? You cutting on that one, man.
Yeah,
go.
People evolve over time, right? And so as marketing, right? So before it was marketing in the newspapers, now it's marketing on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, right? So if you buy a course from like a year ago, I'm sure some of the stuff in there is very, very outdated. So what I recommend actually is getting a mentor, getting somebody who's actually invested in helping you out. The better relationship you have with the mentor, the better it is for you, because then the mentor is wants the best out of you, right? They actually care about you. But if you hire some paid mentor who's just doing it for the money, I guess it's less powerful, but that's still decent, right? You're still getting someone who's pretty new information and is in a space that's like doing better than you, right? So it's all about building the connections, creating that network. It all goes back to that.
Nice. That's good, man. And if I could add it goes back to getting started, trial and error, and actually learning, what other people are doing, and kind of watching what other people are doing, and making your own, and see what pops and see what works with you when it comes to different fonts and different captions and stuff like that, and edits, and you'll learn all that. But you want to, one, get started, two, make the package complete as far as your video and your post, whatever you're posting, and which platform you're posting on, and learn the analytics about these platforms. That's the last thing. Learn the analytics, because even Facebook and Instagram have some analytics when it comes to the Reels, because Reels is a good tool to use. That's something that companies you should start using, and those who want to market on social media, whatever you're marketing, maybe you're a gamer, things like that, you're doing marketing your channel, things like that. Learn how to use the Reels and different sounds and stuff like that, because there's certain trending sounds that can help with your video, or there's certain ways you can formulate it and add different what you call a B-roll to it, which is important as well. But yeah, you want to definitely look at things like that. But man, wealth of knowledge, Anhad. I really appreciate your time and your insight when it comes to knowledge. And real quick, let's talk about, because we're going to wrap it up here, but let's talk about Evergreen videos, and what's your thoughts about Evergreen, which deals with a product that people come back to, and your videos are kind of, they're kind of like seasonal, and sometimes they kind of spike in views and things like that, and engagement, because people are starting to search for this particular product again, meaning that once you make this video, it's a video that is going to have a long life when it comes to engagement, because it's about a product, or it's really engaging. So can you talk a little bit about that?
So Evergreen videos are always very, very good. To me, whenever I create them, they always happen by chance, to be honest. I'm not like, when I'm creating an idea or just brainstorming, evergreen content is not like the first thing that comes to my mind, right? I feel like a lot of the content that you make, as long as the AVD is high, the retention is high, like people stay on the video for a while and are engaged on with the content, then YouTube will continue pushing it out no matter what. If it's being pushed out because of the idea, that's an extra bonus, that's some more views, I'll take that, right? But either way, evergreen content it's more like a given if you're creating good content. So if you want to get views, it all comes down to creating good content. And like good content, what I mean by that is like content that's high quality. The editing is nice. So you want to learn how to edit videos, you want to learn how to design thumbnails, or you can always hire someone to do this for you. But you need to make sure that the people that you hire are actually good as well. So you want to make sure that they're doing better than all your competition. That's a really, really big thing as well. But evergreen videos, I mean, it's always just a bonus, I guess. They should be a given, to be honest. As long as your video is good and engaging, then it'll be evergreen. Nice.
That's on point. And it's simply what we've seen with certain videos on our channel, because we do gaming as well. It was the product ones that did do well. Popular products, of course, they do well. So of course, if nobody knows about your product, it's going to be a little bit harder to get traction with those videos.
Can I ask, what type of videos do you make on your gaming channel?
Yeah, you should check it out too after this, man, so you can give us some insight, because I know you're going to drop some knowledge. But it was say it's like something for like a Nintendo Switch, like a controller, things like that, or we've done some controller things. I'm big on a company that makes like 3/4 scale arcade machines, stuff like that. So those ones typically do good, because people are curious about it and they want to know, so they're constantly searching it. And I think you said the importance of yes, searchable videos, but suggested videos are really important. That's what you kind of want to go for, right?
Yeah, so suggested videos are more important, right? You're not more people, the first thing that they like do when they go on YouTube, they see the suggested videos feed. They don't like search something up unless they have a question or like a how-to type of video, right? That how-tos are more for a search, but you want to create content that's for suggested, because I think like 80-90% of people, when they go on YouTube, they're just looking to entertain themselves. So they'll scroll through their suggested videos, and whatever pops out to them, whatever's the most interesting to them, they'll click on that. So you don't, instead of like creating more how-to or educational style. That's why I prefer to create entertaining videos, right? Because that'll appeal to a broader audience, and you can hit your target audience better that way.
Nice. Yeah, entertaining. And the thing is, you can have entertaining videos and still, show your product when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're the product, that you're showing as far as your channel or, what you're trying to do with your, your programs and things like that. But you are the product. But if you're actually trying to sell a product, you can still be entertaining with that product. Because I think I've seen on TikTok, somebody was doing something about reading. When the last time did you read? And it was like the mascot that was doing it, and it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it was an entertaining. So of course you want to make sure your videos, your posts are as engaging and entertaining as possible. That's a huge plus. But man, you said a lot of great stuff tonight, and we want to make sure that people know where to reach you so they can have opportunity to ask you questions and reach out and DM you and things like that. So can you share your social media and how they can reach out to you?
For sure. Yeah, so on Instagram, it's just Anhad, ANHADMA, and then same on Twitter, Anhad_MA. Send me a DM, and they should be open, and I'll reply if I get a chance to. And you can send me an email at anhad@amediateam.com, and that's all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. You're very inspirational young person, man. I really appreciate you, connecting with me and you sharing your insight. Cause I mean, like I said, you're not, if somebody knows something, no matter how old they are, if they know more than you, you should listen. You know what I'm saying? That's wisdom, I'm older than you, I'm supposed to know. No, he helped me out tremendously the short time I've known him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm really thankful that, I got a chance to meet you and know you and have you in my life and in my network. Cause it's not like after this is over. Now we're connecting, right? So you're in my network now. So, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for that. So one last thing, if you could leave with the people, and the listeners, what's one last thing you want to leave with them? One last inspirational encouragement, whatever.
Okay, so I heard this quote a while ago. I don't know who said it or where I got this from. It's just, I've seen it somewhere, right? Winners never quit and quitters never win. Let's go. It's just something I find that's just don't quit. Keep going at whatever you're doing, and one day you'll make it. Oh, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Anhad Mahal.
There you go. That's how you do it, man. You hit it with the, the inspiration, and then hit it with the promo at the end. 90-10, right? That's awesome. Well, Anhad, and man, so winners never quit and quitters never win. I love it, man. Let's go. Yeah, man. So I really appreciate your time. Thankful I met you, man. So we're gonna keep in contact, we'll keep in touch, and keep doing great things, man.
All right, it was nice meeting you. It was good talking to you. I appreciate your time as well.
Yes, sir. No problem. Well, you take care, and I'll be getting with you soon, okay?
All right. See you, boss.
Take care. Awesome young person, Anhad Mahal. Wealth of knowledge when it comes to marketing and just, networking and just, mentorship. If you need someone, you're a young person, or even if you're a business, if you need someone to help when it comes to marketing and understanding analytics and coming up with a social media marketing plan, reach out to him. Like I said, wealth of knowledge, he's already helped me out a lot since I've known him, you know what I'm saying? So, which is like a short period of time. So I'm glad to have him in my network. So just like we said, just to reiterate, I'm not going to rehash everything. A lot of great things were already said, but, we want to look at just getting started. I just want to encourage you to get started, whatever that means to you, whatever, that means to your to get started today. And we're talking about social media marketing that works. We laid a lot of practical information out and, some encouragement. So just do your due diligence to research. There's a wealth of knowledge out there. Look at what works best for you. Come up with an actionable plan that you could actually, check off the actual goals for. And it's not something that's, I want to go viral. No, it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how many people we're going to reach. This is how many, this is the time frame we want to do it in, make it attainable. Challenging but attainable when it comes to your goals, and you start seeing yourself checking off those goals. You start seeing yourself, hey, I'm going viral. I didn't, I wanted to, but I really intended. But I made a great video and it's taking off. So we would love to hear that type of, feedback or testimony when it comes to you on your marketing journey. When it comes to social media, we want to start hearing that. So please reach out to us, notyouraverageboss.com. Leave comments. If you could, leave us also ratings. That does help if you are getting something from the content, and from the podcast episode. But as always, it's been a pleasure. Got listeners all over the world, and we really thank you for taking the time to listen. Like I said, there's a wealth of knowledge on notyouraverageboss.com, so be sure to check it out. But I'm gonna leave you with this. Like you said, winners never quit, right? And quitters never win. Just remember that. Like I said, just remember that. Let that be one of your mottos this year and beyond. You got this. Just start making that progress. Just start, making those steps towards those goals, and you see yourself start, marking them and checking them off and being there before you know it. So this is Adrian Hackney, Not Your Average Boss. Thank you once again for listening. Signing off. Listen to Not Your Average Boss podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Thank you for listening.